So yesterday, Apple released a new firmware update for AirPods 3rd generation. Now, since Apple does not provide any release notes to tell us what's new with the latest firmware update, I'd like to come back 24 hours after Apple releases a new firmware for AirPods to share with you guys what's new. And as always, if you would like to stay up to date with the latest Apple AirPods software updates, make sure to subscribe and make sure you turn on those notifications so that you don't miss another episode. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the AirPods firmware update, which was only released for AirPods 3rd generation. There was a rumor going around that Apple has also updated AirPods Pro. That is not the case. Only AirPods 3rd generation received an update yesterday to version 4C170. Now, as I mentioned before, Apple does not provide any release notes as into what's new with the firmware update. I'd like to come back and share with you guys what I've noticed is new in terms of features, performance, and all that good stuff. Now, one thing to note is that for those of you that are looking to update to the latest firmware for AirPods, there isn't any manual way, as we already know, to update. All you have to do is make sure that your AirPods are connected to your main iPhone via Bluetooth, of course. You want to go to Bluetooth here and make sure you paired your AirPods to your iPhone. And then all you have to do is make sure both are connected to a power source and next to each other. And within 30 minutes or so, your AirPods firmware update should update. Now, the way you know is by going into the Bluetooth settings here. Once you're connected, go to the I next to the AirPods name, scroll to the bottom, and there is the latest firmware update for AirPods, which I mentioned before is 4C170. Now, what's new with AirPods? Now, aside from what's new, I've also noticed a few things here. If you tap into the serial number, I did not know this, you can actually see the left and right AirPods serial number, which is something interesting. I'm sure this has been here before, but I just noticed that yesterday. And also, if you play music, for example, and we go into the control center option, go put the AirPods in my ear before we talk about what's new and what's been fixed here. Let's go ahead and connect these to the iPhone, and let me show you something in control center that I've noticed. And I talked about this on Twitter. Some of you guys did say that this was here before, but it's the first time I've noticed it. Let's go and play some music here quickly and see. Okay, so we're playing music here, and we go into control center here. If we long press on the audio tab there, toggle, if we tap once right here on the center, I did not notice this before. I don't know why and how I did not notice this, but you can actually turn off the head tracking feature. So you have head tracking right here for spatial audio. You have a fixed audio source button, and then you have an off switch as well. Now, some of you guys said that this has been here since the beginning. First time I've noticed it. If it was, it's kind of interesting that I never noticed that. Now, within 24 hours of testing the latest AirPods firmware update, I do have to say there's one thing that I've noticed has been improved. There's no major new features and changes. However, I typically talk to my brother using Google Duo, which is a third-party video calling application by Google. And every time I used to call him, when we initiated the call, everything went well if I was using AirPods 3rd generation. But when I removed one of my AirPods from my ear and put it back on, it stopped working. Like the audio, he couldn't hear me and I couldn't hear him. It would just stop and disconnect completely. We talk pretty much every afternoon using Google Duo and AirPods 3rd generation. And yesterday, it did work. It worked perfectly fine after the update. So if there was any bugs or any issues that you've encountered with third-party video calling applications like Google Duo, maybe Skype and things like that, it has been improved. It has been fixed. I haven't encountered this issue over the past 24 hours. And I was having this issue constantly every single day when I used the AirPods 3rd generation. I would switch over to the AirPods Max just because of this issue. Hopefully, there's other improvements and bug fixes within the latest firmware. But that is one of the things I've noticed that's new and improved with the latest AirPods, a bug fix. And happy to see that for the latest AirPods 3rd generation. Again, the only AirPods that received an update yesterday were AirPods 3rd generation, AirPods 2nd generation, and AirPods Pro did not receive an update. Neither did the AirPods Max, so just keep that in mind. I'll keep you guys updated to see if Apple released any additional today for the other AirPod lineup. And stay tuned, of course, to the channel for more updates on AirPods and everything iOS. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.